Hello, Little Leaps Preschool. This is Mrs. Alivia coming back again with our next meeting. Our meeting on October 22nd, 2020, and it's a Thursday today. So, today we're going to do a really fun activity, and this one is going to require you to be able to get up and sit back down because we're going to be doing a song. It's called My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. And anytime you hear me say or make the b sound, I want you to stand up. And when I say it again, you sit down. So my Bonnie, so you would stand up on Bonnie, lies over the ocean. My Bonnie, then you would sit down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sing it, and let's see how well you can do and how many times you hear the b sound. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. How did you do? Did you hear all the b sounds? Were you able to sit up and sit down when you heard them? Well, I hope you had fun with that. That was our kind of like our greeting today. So I do apologize. I know it might look a little different where Miss Alivia is today, and that's because Miss Alivia was having a contact problem. If you know anything about contacts actually are glasses that you put on your eye. And do you know what it's like? Have you ever been poked in the eye before? It hurts, doesn't it? Well, Miss Olivia's contact was poking her in the eyeball. So I had to run home, take it out, and put my glasses on because, oh my goodness, it hurt so bad. So I'm coming to you from my house today, actually. And this is my office that you're kind of seeing behind me. Okay, so if it looks a little different, that's why. It's because Miss Olivia's contact was bothering her eyeball. So today we were talking about several different things, and I really hope that you were able to view the slideshow that I created for you about the life cycle of a pumpkin. And at the end of that slide, there are 2 videos that I have you watch. So I hope you were able to watch those. I will tell you what, we were fascinated with how much change that little pumpkin seed, that little tiny pumpkin seed goes through to grow into that large plant and to grow those really big pumpkins. It's amazing. All living things on the earth go through some kind of life cycle. And that was the pumpkin's life cycle. So, of course, the pumpkin starts out as a tiny little seed. And when you plant that seed in the ground and you give it some water, it starts to sprout. And it grows little green leaves, and it grows the white roots going down into the dirt that helps it get water and nutrients and food for the plant as it grows and grows and grows. And of course, as it's growing, it spreads out. It spreads its I guess you could say its vines, because it is a vine. Pumpkins grow on vines. So it spreads its vines out, and then the next thing you notice is, oh my goodness, there's these little buds that start popping up on the plant, and those start blooming into these great big huge yellow flowers. And of course, we need those great big huge yellow flowers to attract insects and bees, because if we don't have insects or bees come into those flowers and pollinate them. Do you know what pollinate means? It means that the insects and bees, they bring pollen, or that yellow stuff that you find on flowers, from other flowers, and they put it into the pumpkin flower, and that helps the pumpkin flower to grow into a pumpkin. What? Miss Olivia, what? Is that where pumpkins grow? Yes. If you watch the video, you'll see there's the one flower. It's blooming beautiful, and you don't really see any of the insects or bugs go in there, but they do, because all of a sudden you see that flower start to close and shrivel up, and at the base of that flower you're going to see this bulbous part of the flower, and it starts to grow into a green pumpkin, and it grows and it grows and it grows and it grows. So a pumpkin, when it first forms, is really itty bitty, really small. And then it just keeps on growing and growing. The more food and water that the vine provides for the pumpkin, the bigger it gets. Until one day, it's not green anymore. It starts turning orange. And we know that when pumpkins start turning orange, oh, that is when they are ripe. We can pick them off the vine at that point. That's when all the seeds that are in that pumpkin are ready to be planted again to create more pumpkins. Or we can roast them and eat them as a snack. You can also take all the insides out of your pumpkin. So take the guts out, all the stuff, the stringy stuff out. And then you use the pulp or the flesh of the pumpkin to make different things. So you saw on the slideshow that I had pumpkin pie. That's one of my favorite things to have with pumpkin. You can make pumpkin bread. You can also make pumpkin soup. And speaking of pumpkin soup, I hope that you got your packet, because I put a recipe in there for pumpkin soup. And we're going to be making pumpkin soup next Tuesday. So I'm hoping that I can do a video for you as we're making the soup, so that you can see how it's done. And then we're going to make a graph to see how many of our friends like pumpkin soup and how many just think, no, it's not so great. So we're going to find out when we make the pumpkin soup how many of us like it and how many of us are like, Miss Olivia, that's just too weird. But you know what? I want you to try it, because it's great to try new things. And you never know if you like something if you don't try it. It might sound funny and it might sound kind of gross, but you know what? You might actually like it, and it might actually taste really, really good. So I really hope that you have the chance to try to make the pumpkin soup. And like I said, I'm going to try to do a video while we're making it so that you can see how it's done as well. So after the slide, can you think of anything else that you can make with pumpkins? Anything else at all besides the pie, bread, or soup? Is there anything else that you can think of that could be made with pumpkins? And I'll let you think about that for a moment. And maybe tell your learning guide so that they know what it is that maybe you're thinking of. Do you need a hint? Well, here's a little hint. So, you can use a pumpkin, and we usually cut stuff out of the pumpkin, and then we put a candle in the pumpkin, and then we put it out on our doorstep. A jack-o'-lantern! You were right. Yes, you can also make a pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. So, those are some things that you can make with pumpkins, and of course there's many more things that you can make with pumpkins. So, but those are just a few examples. So I really hope you got to do that, and along with that, I hope you were able to do your little reader, filling that out and reading it. This is brown seed. Of course, is where it starts, and color those pictures as you go along. So it's a little bit of reading too. We're going to start learning our sight words coming up pretty soon. Oh no. We're going to start reading. Oh my. Is that scary? Does that scare you to be able to learn to read? You know what? You've got it. You'll do a great job reading. All right. So also today we learned about a new number. So I have my number box. I wonder what's in my box today. What number wants to come to play? So I wonder what I have in my box today. Can you hear it? What do you think is in there? Why don't you think about that for a second? I'll give it another shake so you can hear it. What do you think is in there today? Should we find out? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to open this up. I hope you were thinking of something that was orange and round and has a face on it. It's a jack-o'-lantern. Look at that. We were just talking about those, weren't we? Let's see how many jack-o'-lanterns we have today. We have 1, 2. Oh, that's it. So we have 2 jack-o'-lanterns. I'm going to put this right here so you can kind of see our little friends here. So we have 1, 2 jack-o'-lanterns today. So 2. The number this week is the number 2. Can you hold up your 2 fingers to make the number 2 with your fingers? 1, 2. Good job. I'm going to kind of move those aside for now. All right. Can you get your skywriter up? Because we're going to skywrite our number 2. And first I'm going to show you how to write it. I'm going to try to do this backwards. So if I don't do it really great, I do apologize. So the poem goes like this. It goes around and back on a railroad track. 2, 2, 2. So you can see it goes around and goes down and goes back like you're on a railroad track. So go ahead, let's get our skywriters up. Okay, so we're going to skywrite the number 2. So here we go. Around and back on a railroad track. 2, 2, 2. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to try it with my left hand this time. Maybe you'll be able to see it a little better. Okay, here we go. Around and back on a railroad track. 2, 2, 2. So let's take a look at the number 2. So here is my 10 square. So I need to color in 2 of them because we have the number 2. So I'm going to put some circles in here. So 1, 2. So you see there's 2 of them. Now I'm going to draw my picture. And I'm going to draw stars today. So I need 1 and 2. So 2 stars. Now I need to do my hash marks. So here we go. 1, 2. There it is. 2. How do we spell the word, Miss Alivia? Oh, you know what? I can do that too. So it's T-W-O. The number 2. Do you know what number comes right before number 2? So let's think about that. 1, 2. So the number 1, oops, it comes after number 1. So the number 1 is before it. And then it comes before what other number? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So it comes after 3. Okay? So there's the number 2. So 2 stars, 2 hash marks, 2 circles, spelled T-W-O, 2, comes after 1 and before 3. Good job with the number 2. We were also discussing today about asking for things that you need and want. and how to use a respectful voice when we're doing so. We did a little activity where we got in a circle and we used a beanbag. Now, of course, there's probably not enough at your home, but you can definitely do this activity with your learning guide. And a great way to do that is when you're sitting at the table having supper. Say you have something that you want to eat and it's across the table, maybe at your mom or your dad's spot. You can say, Mom, would you please pass the peas? And your mom's going to be like, sure. And she'll reach across and she'll bring it to you. And then she's going to give it to you. And what do you need to say at that point? You need to say thank you. Now, we discovered today and during when we were doing the activity that if you mumble the words, we can't really understand what it is that you're saying. So if you go, Mom, would you please, can you understand that? Not really. So you need to make sure that your voice is strong and respectful. Mom, would you please pass the peas? And when you're talking to somebody and you want them to do something for you, look at them, because that way they know, oh, hey, they need me to look at them because they're going to be asking me something. They're talking to me. And I know that's in some cultures it's not okay to do that, but in our culture, in English and American culture, it's okay to look at the person that you're needing to the help from. Okay, so it's always respectful to look at the person as you're asking them for help. Okay, and even if it's not at the dinner table, if maybe your shoes came untied, or maybe if you need help putting your jacket on, use that firm, respectful voice. Please. Oh, you need to use the word please. That is very important. And always follow that with a thank you. Okay, so that's something to work on today. We also discussed our new letter that we learned yesterday, which was J, Jug, Ja. Let me find it here. Because we kind of scrambled all our letters up today because we're learning them so well. So here's J. So of course we learned J, Jug, Ja. Was it J, Jug, Ja? Yes, it was, because we did I book yesterday. So J, Jug, Ja was the letter of the day yesterday. And then we're going to do this just like we did this morning with the rest of the class. We're going to, oh my goodness, Miss Alivia. We're going to go through this and try to figure out what the letters are. I don't know which one this one is. Take a look. Do you know what this one is? D, dog, D. You bet. Do you know this one? C, cat, K. E, ed, A. Oh, I'm not tricking you today, am I? Oh, F, fun. I wish we could do that today, but it's kind of rainy out. Here's another one of our new ones. Do you remember this one? I, itch, I. That's right. B, bat, B. Very good. You're doing a good job. A, apple, A. Oh, here's the new one. J, jug, J. Do you remember this one? G, game, G. Very good. And our last one. Do you remember this one? H, hat. Very good. Good job remembering our letters today. Okay, so today we read a really, really fun book. And it's kind of getting us ready for Halloween, which is next week. And it's one of Miss Alivia's favorite books to read. because you can read along with me as I'm reading it. And this book is called The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything. You see that? Looks like there's a big jack-o'-lantern right here, doesn't it? And here's a little old lady. All right, so let's see what the story is about today. I'm going to kind of move you this way a little bit. All right. Once upon a time, there was a little old lady who was not afraid of anything. So there she is. Actually, I'm going to probably try it this way. Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, I'm going to switch this around for a second. One windy afternoon, the little old lady left her cottage and went for a walk in the forest to collect herbs and spices, nuts and seeds. She walked so long and so far that it started to get dark. There was only a sliver of moon shining through the night. The little old lady started to walk home. So you see it's getting kind of dark out there where she's at. I don't know. I'd be kind of scared, wouldn't you? Okay. Suddenly she stopped. Right in the middle of the path were two big shoes. And the shoes went clomp, clomp. Can you do that? Can you say that after me? And the shoes went clomp, clomp. Get out of my way, you two big shoes. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady. On she walked down the path. But behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. A little further on, and the little old lady stumbled into a pair of pants. And the pants went wiggle, wiggle. Can you say that? And the pants went wiggle, wiggle. Get out of my way, you pair of pants. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady, and she walked on. But behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp, and one pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. Further still, the old lady bumped into a shirt, and the shirt went shake, shake. Can you do that with me? And the shirt went shake, shake. Get out of my way, you silly shirt. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady, and on she walked. A little bit faster, but behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. And one shirt go shake, shake. A little ways on, the little old lady came upon two white gloves and a tall black hat. And the gloves went clap, clap. Can you guys say that? And the gloves went clap, clap. And the hat went nod, nod. Go ahead and say that one. And the hat went nod, nod. Get out of my way, you two white gloves, and you tall black hat. I'm not afraid of you, she said. And on she walked just a little bit faster. But behind her she could hear two shoes go clomp, clomp. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. And one hat go nod, nod. By now, the little old lady was walking at quite a fast pace. She was very near her cottage when she was startled by a very huge, very orange, very scary pumpkin head. And the head went I wonder what it's going to say. Boo! Boo! This time, the little old lady did not stop to talk. She did not stop at all. She ran. But behind her, she could hear 2 shoes go clomp, clomp. 1 pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. 1 shirt go shake, shake. 2 gloves go clap, clap. 1 hat go nod, nod. And 1 scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. The little old lady did not look back. She ran as fast as she could and didn't stop to catch her breath until she was safe inside her cottage with the door locked. She sat in her chair by the fire and she rocked and she rocked. It was so quiet in her cottage before the knock, knock on the door. Should she answer it? What do you think? Do you think she should go answer the door? Well, she was not afraid of anything. So she went to the door and opened it. What do you think she saw? I wonder what she sees. Let's find out. Two shoes go clomp, clomp. 1 pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. 1 shirt go shake, shake. 2 gloves go clap, clap. 1 hat go nod, nod. And 1 scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady bravely. What do you want anyway? We've come to scare you. You can't scare me, said the little old lady. Then what's to become of us? The pumpkin head suddenly looked unhappy. Oh, that's too bad. He's not happy now. I have an idea, said the little old lady. She whispered into the pumpkin's ear. The pumpkin head nodded, and its face seemed to brighten. The little old lady said good night, closed the door, and whistled on her way to bed. I wonder what she said to him. The next morning, she woke up early. She went to her window and looked out into her garden. And what do you think she saw? 2 shoes go clomp, clomp. 1 pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. 1 shirt go shake, shake. 2 gloves go clap, clap. 1 hat go nod, nod. 1 pumpkin head go boo, boo. And scare all the crows away. Wasn't that a fun story? I love that story. It's one of my favorite stories to tell my preschoolers. We have so much fun with that one because we do the whole thing. We go 2 shoes go stomp, stomp. 1 shirt. What goes next? The pants, right? So let's do that again. 2 shoes go stomp, stomp. Miss Alivia can't say it today. 1 pair of pants goes wiggle, wiggle. 1 shirt goes shake, shake. 2 gloves go clap, clap. 1 hat goes nod, nod. And 1 big scary pumpkin head goes boo, boo. Well, I hope that really puts you in the spirit for Halloween. And it also helps us with our pumpkin study as well. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.